By the way, side note, if you want to just focus on selling things, like selling product, go find something really expensive to sell. Like go sell jets or go sell Lamborghinis or Porsches or go sell something really expensive. Because if you have skills in selling, why are you selling $40 and $100 products? Like if that's the real end game, is you're just going to be a good salesman, please go sell something expensive where there's more commissions to be made. Hey, everyone. Welcome back to the Freedom Factory. I'm excited to be back with you guys another week. Thank you for being here. And of course, I'm so appreciative of the audience, the feedback. And I I can't tell you guys how excited I am that this thing has gotten to where it is and that we're having the impact that we're having. It makes me feel good. So keep sending me the messages, the screenshots, and I appreciate it. So this week we're going to talk about network marketing being a team sport and how I witness over and over and over people who say, yeah, it's a team sport, but yet they are doing activities that would say the opposite. Okay. And I'm gonna talk you through some of this a little bit today. So in the world of network marketing, we know that social media has played a large role over the last few years in how products are being sold. And network marketing and social media, I think, are together now forever because of the power of selling products on social media. However, what many people are now coming to realize, it's been slow, some still don't realize it, is that the power of selling product in network market in social media does not necessarily help you build the big team that you want. Here's why. People that are selling product on social media are only, I'm going to make some kind of blanket statements. There's always going to be these outliers, okay? And I get the messages, oh, Brandon, you said this, but this is what, listen, I'm talking about in generalities, and I'm also talking 16 years experience and hundreds of millions of dollars in sales, okay? So just let's take that. If you've been in the business longer than 16 years and you've sold hundreds of millions of dollars, I'd love to know your secrets, okay? Um, People that are selling product on social media are putting posts out that are beautiful posts, beautiful hooks, incredible to sell product, but not necessarily understanding the impact it's having on their team. And there are there are opportunities now inside of network marketing where you can be a part of many companies and sell products and still have a business where you're building a downline. And some people think that you can do that successfully. And I'm here to say once again, you cannot. And the reason you cannot is although you might be able to sell products in multiple different companies, the ability to be able to do that successfully and build the big team, the legacy team, the team that's going to grow and have millions of dollars in revenue and sales and produce a residual check that you plan your life around. That's the difference here, guys. Do you want to sell product online and have a paycheck that's dependent 100% on your post? And it's up and down. Your income's up and down. It goes up and down based on companies and products and companies closing and companies launching new products. Or do you want a paycheck that you can build a life around? Consistent. I think I know the answer. And I think I know the answer for a lot of you. However, a lot of you, and here's the thing, some of you are seeing these other people put posts out and you're thinking, well, they're doing it, I should do it. No, you shouldn't. No, you shouldn't. Network marketing is a team game. And we've got a bunch of people playing the game without thinking it's having any impact on the team or the extended team. If you are in a network marketing company and you're a significant salesperson in that company, what you put on social media affects more than just your downline. It affects across the entire company. And so when you start thinking about you first, and some people say, well, I have the right to post whatever I want. You do. But you also are going to deal with the circumstances. You have a right to post whatever you want. You can say whatever you want. Sure, no problem. But it's going to have an effect on your organization. I've watched it over and over and over and over again. What everybody should start doing is playing the long game with all their actions. Before you put a post out, you should think, not, is this going to sell the product? You should think first, how is this going to impact my team? My team sees this. Do I want my team going out and representing, all these different companies? Like the last day of the month, when you're trying to push and get a team, some rank of, whether it's you're trying to rank advance. Do you want your entire organization, your entire downline repping some other company and trying to rank advance someone else? No, you don't. You don't. You don't want a distracted downline. So if you don't want a distracted downline, you should not distract them with your post that's outside of the company or organization that you're trying to build a legacy with. You can do whatever you guys want. But if you're trying to build a legacy, you got to start thinking much bigger than yourself. You got to think about the company. How is this post going to affect the company? You got to think about your team. How's this post going to affect my team? You guys, like in a team sport, I've heard so many situations where there are athletes that went out, partying the night before because it was their right. They can do whatever they want. But then they came back and they were off and the team suffered. I mean, I could illustrate this so many different ways. I mean, you think about the quarterbacks today. Like I think about, Joe Burrow, one of the best at the game, right? Poor guy had a bunch of injuries, but I mean, does it make sense that he would be allowed in like, the Steelers practice facility and be a part of their practice leading up to the game against the Steelers? No, that doesn't make any sense. Like both teams would be confused. Like, what is that guy doing here? And his own teammates would be like, what is he doing over there? Is he on our team or what's he doing? The coaches wouldn't allow it. But yet in network marketing, for some reason, these players, quote unquote players, the distributors, the consultants, they think it's no problem. They can do that. They can play these both different teams because it's their right. They're diversifying. I hope that everybody that's listening to this podcast listens to me clearly. That will not work. You're going to lose trust. You're going to lose your integrity. People will catch on soon that it's all about you because you're doing what's right for you, not what's right for the team and not what's right for the company. In order for a team to win championships, people have to do what's right for the team. You can't have a bunch of individual all-stars doing their own thing. You can't. The teams won't survive. They won't win championships like that. And so that, I believe, is one of the biggest problems in network marketing right now, is the fact that social media has become such a powerful way to sell product that people are focused on selling product at the detriment of the team. And you're thinking, well, Brandon, that doesn't make sense. If a bunch of people are selling product, doesn't that help the team? Yes, if it was just one team they were selling products for. If it was just one team, yeah, all that volume runs through the same team, all good. But the moment that those products are for another team, there's a problem. The other thing it does too is I believe if you focus so heavily on selling product that you'll get good at it. It'll become a crutch. You might make more money doing that than you did trying to build the team, because building the teams are hard. Getting that momentum going, getting that wheel to turn is hard. It's really, really hard. And so most people will just take the path of least resistance and they'll go sell product online because that's much easier. The problem with that is at some point down the line, you're not going to want to keep putting the content out. You're not going to want to continue to do all the stuff that you're doing. And unless you are just a unicorn, a freak of nature, I don't know anyone that just sells product online in network marketing and can make the same incomes as the top team builders in network marketing. The people that build teams, I mean, I don't know one person in network marketing I've ever been introduced to, and I know a lot of the top players around the world. I don't know one that has not built a team and their income is bigger or superior to the people who've built the big teams. And by the way, it's not just about the income, it's the time. If you make a big check in network marketing because you got a big team, it also gives you the time to check out if you want. You can't check out if you're just selling product. So the moment you start making about yourself, the moment you're going to just go sell a product online is the moment you need to understand I am no longer playing the team game. Don't fool yourself, guys. Don't fool yourself. Don't fool yourself. If you focus on selling product, hey, that's your right. You can go do that. But you're never going to have the big team. You're never going to have the leverage you hope for. You're never going to have the things that really, really, to me, are the shining benefits of being in network marketing. The ability to leverage your time and have this exponential growth without the same effort it took, like the plane, right? The plane takes full throttle to get off the ground, but once you're up and running, you can scale that back. Same thing in network marketing. You're never going to be able to scale back if you're just selling product. It's going to be this constant hamster wheel, constant. And so I think what you should do is do both. Sell online. Sell as much as you can online, but build the team. But build one team. One company, guys. These trainers that are telling you you can go do multiple, it's a lie. It is a lie. You can't do it. I mean, again, the football players, can a quarterback in the NFL go play for multiple companies? No, they can't. They can't. Now, could you in network marketing? Yes, you can. No one's going to stop you from signing up. But the long-term success, it's not happening. It's not going to happen. Any successful entrepreneur will tell you too. The ultra successful ones, they focused on one thing to get their money. And then once they got their money, then they diversified. These people that are diversifying before they've crushed it in network marketing, it's they've not got to the pinnacle of their companies and their teams. I don't know one person at the top of their comp plans that's deciding, you know what, I'm going to go do a bunch of these other companies. They're not doing that. They're smart enough to know what it took to get there. And they're also smart enough the consequences if you confuse your team. And the moment you do it, it gives your team the green light to go do it themselves. The moment you put the first post out about another company or another product, you've just given your whole downline the green light. So don't go crying like, what are you doing? Why? Because you did it. You did it. The moment, that's why I'm saying people think about themselves like, I can put this post on social media. I can do whatever I want. Well, yeah, you can. But now you've got your whole team distracted, confused, and maybe they're not confused. Maybe they know exactly what you're doing. And now they got your number. Now they know it's all about you. Now they know you are not the person they thought you were. And that's why I'm doing this podcast, to try and help some people before they make the bad steps. Do not do it. If you want a long, successful run in network marketing, if you're going to build a team, you build one team. You don't build multiple teams. And I'm suggesting that you use social media. I use social media. Use social media to set an example for your team of how to sell product, but focus on building the organization because that's what you really want. That's where the freedom is at. I don't know anybody that's free in network marketing by selling product. And by the way, side note, if you want to just focus on selling things, like selling product, go find something really expensive to sell. Like go sell jets or go sell Lamborghinis or Porsches or go sell something really expensive because if you have skills in selling, why are you selling $40 and $100 products? Like if that's the real end game, is you're just going to be a good salesman, please go sell something expensive where there's more commissions to be made. Go crush it where you can really make some money selling. Network marketing is not the place if you want to crush it selling product. There's other places to do it. Network marketing, the beauty of network marketing is it is the stepping stones for people who have never sold anything to learn how to sell. And that's a beautiful, beautiful skill to acquire. The ability to transfer your belief to someone else is a beautiful skill, guys. It's a skill that will serve you for the rest of your life because we're going to have needs, right? Whether you need to get a new car or you need someone to help you with a flat tire, the ability for you to convince someone else to do something for you or to get them to do something that will benefit them and you is a beautiful, beautiful skill to have. It will serve you for a long time. And that's what I love about network marketing is it teaches people those skills. People who have no sales skills at all, we can teach them how to sell. We can teach them how to get people to listen, how to get them to think, and then how to get them to transact in a way that they want them to transact. Not because it's just good for them, because it's good for both of you. We do that in network marketing. That's the first step. Then in network marketing, we teach people the skills, the personal development skills that improves their life. They become better humans on this earth. And when you become a better human on this earth, other people see that and they want to be a part of that progress. That's called personal development. And when you do that, when other people want to be a part of that progress, you get to build a team. You've got people that want to do what you're doing. They want to follow the same path. That is how you build big network marketing organizations, guys. It's a process. And so many people today have forgotten the process. And so many people today think they're on the path and they are on the opposite path because they're only thinking about themselves. They're playing an individual sport when it's really a team sport. And they're thinking they're going to win. You're going to lose. So I don't know who hears this, but this one's forever. This podcast, nothing will change in network marketing. Because network marketing at the highest level is always going to be a team sport. It's always going to be a team sport. And the people who are going to play at the top of this sport are the people who understand the principles I laid out in this podcast today. So share this one out. Listen to it as many times as you need to listen to it. Before you make a decision on what you're going to do on social media with your teams, just realize it's a team sport. Think about what before you post something. Think about before you call someone and do something because it has a ripple effect, guys. And it's a strong one today, strong message today because I just think the industry needs to hear it over and over and over from as many people as possible. I hope there's other podcasters out there that listen to this podcast and will put their 2 cents in on this because if they've been around as long as I have in network marketing and they've sold as much product as we have in network marketing, you're going to hear the same thing from them as you heard from me today. You guys have a great week. We'll talk to you one more podcast before the end of the year. Have a good day.